Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a huge issue with Black Ops 6 maps, or at least the maps we have received so far since the launch of Black Ops 6. I think you guys are going to know kind of what the tone of this video is going to be, and I do kind of want to start off with pointing out that I don't hate Black Ops 6, okay? I haven't made a video discussing Black Ops 6. This is kind of my first proper topic of Black Ops 6, but I feel like it's one that needs to be discussed. I like pretty much anything and everything about Black Ops 6, but I feel like this is a discussion because one thing that is very key to the gameplay of Black Ops 6, besides the actual gameplay itself and the weapons and the kill streaks and everything else in between, the maps have got to be good. And I've got to say, and I think a lot of you will agree, Black Ops 6 maps are not very good. There just isn't many classics, if any, good maps whatsoever in Black Ops 6. Now, hopefully this is something that will improve as the seasons go on, but we are at probably one of the worst map launches we've ever seen in a Call of Duty, if I'm being completely honest. Like, these maps are just not very good, and I don't know if it's because of the Omni movement. A lot of these maps don't seem to fit Omni movement, which makes me think for some reason, maybe midway through development, they decided on this new movement and had the maps already made, because some of the maps just don't make sense with the Omni movement. They really don't. Like Red Card, for instance. Red Card has to be up there with one of the worst maps in the series, like just in general. Not just Black Ops games, but Modern Warfare, just Call of Duty in general. Red Card is a really bad map. Does not play well whatsoever. It looked like aesthetically pleasing as a map. It looked really cool, but the actual gameplay and playability of it is just really, really poor. I could say that about a lot of maps in this game, and I know some people are going to say, well, this map's decent and that map's decent. I'm going to ask you guys the question. You guys let me down below in the comments, like, kind of your thoughts and feelings about maps in Black Ops 6. But I put it to you that the reason I say these maps are bad, because if you compare these to the maps that Treyarch have made in the past, right, and I know this is probably not the same development team. We're talking years ago maps now. We're talking Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, etc. You know, the original Nuketown, which is coming back, and the leaks are that it is the exact, like, original Nuketown, so hopefully that is going to play well with the Omni movement. We'll have to see. Safe to say, though, the spawns are actually pretty decent in this game. They have massively improved from the beta, so I'll give that to the actual maps we have in the game. Like, the spawns have improved, so that isn't what's making the maps bad anymore, which I did think was the main issue. The spawns are relatively decent now in Black Ops 6, but the maps still aren't great. Even with the new additions of maps that we have that we didn't play in the beta, there's still not massively big improvements, and like I said, we are probably 80% of the maps are not very good in this game, and I think a lot of you agree with that. But again, you guys let me know in the comments down below. But the reason I say these maps aren't good is because a lot of these maps don't compare to a firing range, a raid, summit. We've even got people already asking for remakes, and this is kind of going to bring up an interesting topic here, because of course, let's talk about Modern Warfare 3 for a second. Last year's game launched with classic maps, right? We released with original MW2 maps. Everyone was up in raw. Everyone was annoyed because we, got maps that we'd already played previously. Well, I hadn't played previously because I never played the original MW2, but a lot of people had played those original maps and thought it was, a bit lazy from the developers to just re-add content that was already out before. But now we're in a situation where we've launched with all new maps. None of these are remakes, and they're not very good. So are we at a point in Call of Duty where developers just can't seem to make good maps because they're just all out of map ideas, or does something need to be done with the way maps are made in a Call of Duty game? Is it because of the Omni movement? Is the Omni movement making these maps play worse than what they're supposed to? I don't know, because again, like I said, in the beta, I genuinely thought the spawns were a big issue, but those seem to be fixed. Again, there are little to no bad spawns. I've had very rare amounts of bad spawns, and I'd say it's a pretty typical Call of Duty experience when it comes to spawns. But these maps just aren't very good. They don't compare to a firing range of Nuketown, and we've got people, like I said, already asking for remakes. We're going to get the Nuketown, of course, at Season 1, which is very, very soon. I believe that's like the 7th or 8th of November or something. So it's not too far along until we actually get Nuketown. But we're going to need a whole load of new maps, and even the competitive COD scene are saying that they haven't got next to no maps that are competitively viable. So these maps aren't even... They're not good for competitive, they're not good for public matches, whereas before we've seen maps that have been good for competitive but aren't so good for public matches, or maps that are good for public matches but aren't good for competitive. We're not even getting the best of both worlds now. It seems that both sides of the coin are actually kind of suffering here with the maps in Black Ops 6. And the issue seems to be the fact that maybe the original development team that made those maps, we're talking the firing range, your summit, all those developers no longer probably work with Treyarch, right? Or at least if they do, they're probably doing something else, because there's no way those people who made maps like Summit, Firing Range, like that, made these maps. They're simply just not good. Like, that's the best way to put it. They don't play very well. It's something that I have to put as a negative for Black Ops 6. It's the only negative that I can find personally for Black Ops 6. And I know it's pretty bad to me to make a video already slating the game sort of thing. I do like this game. I like everything about it. I like the multiplayer. I like the leveling up. I like the fact where we can prestige. I like the you know, I just everything about it. Like, I like Black Ops 6. I like playing it a lot. But the maps are something that is a big part of the game. And I do have to make a video on and kind of discuss it and hope that things change. I don't know what we should hope for now. Like, do we hope, because there's no chance of them changing the maps, right? They're gonna have to change every single map to play, or, you know, do something with the core mechanics to make the maps play well. It's just not possible, right? We have these maps and that's it. So the best thing we can hope for now is that Treyarch are working hard on making some good maps coming for Season 1, 2, 3, 4, you name it. Maybe even some mid-season launches of maps, of course. And at this point, you guys let me know in the comments, are you hoping for remakes now? Have we gone full circles? Again, last year in MW3, people were up in arms because the game launched with all maps from the original MW2. There was no new maps at all. People said it was lazy. People said it was bad. But at the end of the day, a lot of those maps played really, really well because we knew those maps would play well because they played well back in the day. And there's not too much of a movement. Like, they're fastest movement, but the movement wasn't a big thing that made a massive difference to those maps. Are we at a point now where we need original maps to come back again? We need a summit, a firing range, a raid, something to make the maps good in Black Ops 6, something to make people want to play, you know, just enjoy the maps. Like, and I know some of you are going to say, well, I like this map and I like this map, but I will propose the question, would you say the map that you like in Black Ops 6 is as good as a firing range? Would you say it's as good as the original Nuketown? You probably would disagree with that. I think we've come so... how would I put it? I'd say we expect less as players. You know, I know every year we moan about something and we want the best this and the best that. But I do think players have started to accept maps being a lot worse than what they originally were. You know, we launch with new maps in a lot of games now, in like every Call of Duty, and I think a lot of people are accepting less as a standard. I think these maps over the last like at least 5-6 years in Call of Duty have not compared to a firing range now. Like, how many of you guys can remember the names of some of the maps from previous Call of Duty games? Because there's not many that you're going to remember just because they aren't classics. We aren't getting very many good classic Call of Duty maps appearing in the new games. We aren't getting fresh new maps that are actually masterpieces that are becoming good. You know, MW3 did a good job. Like, Sledgehammer released new maps during the cycle and were actually good maps. So where that has been lost in Black Ops 6, I don't know. But hopefully that changes. Hopefully we get some fresh new maps, because obviously, like I said, the maps are not going to change, but they are pretty bad here in Black Ops 6. If you disagree, leave a comment down below, or if you do agree, also leave a comment down below. Let me know, what do you think about the maps in Black Ops 6? Do you think the Black Ops 6 maps suck? Do you think they're great? Let me know down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe notifications on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.